showing you kind of a step-by-step action plan on what you should do to be able to rank quickly in the Google My Business, 3-pack, and be able to really blanket cities and dominate cities practically overnight, and be able to send calls to your clients, right? So the whole idea of this is to use the power of exact match domain, exact match, domain website and GM, Google My Business listing. And just like I showed you in the videos, how we identify those cities and niches and those opportunities where we can rank practically overnight. So let's just go step by step, just like a recap. What you should need to do to identify and be able to rank pretty quickly, almost overnight, instantly, to find those GMB opportunities. So number one is you want to find cities of 100,000 population and less, right? The smaller the city size, the more chances of your GMB, your Google My Business listing popping up into the 3-pack, right? So as an example, what I would do is I'll just go something like, if you're in a city where you know the city, if you live in a suburb, your hometown, and you know the suburbs around it, which are 100,000, 80,000 and less, it's easy. But let's say I'm in a suburb of Detroit, but I want to start in Chicago. I would just search like suburbs of Chicago with low population, right? And I would find, in this case, this one looks like a decent site which gives me, all the suburbs with low population. And then I would go and find, okay, so Clarendon Hills, 8,000 population. Hey, there could be a niche where you could put it up, and and there's some calls for it, right? Buffalo Grove, 41,000. Okay, that's a decent sized population. Now, are there going to be a lot of calls? In certain niches, yes. In certain niches, no. So, as an example, I just took, Buffalo Grove, and I said towing Buffalo Grove, Illinois, and there's 10 searches a month. Now, take this number of searches, the search volume with a pinch of salt. Just think practically, use some common sense. Don't go by the exact number. But out of 40,000 people, what are the chances there's going to be a couple of guys, breaking down the vehicle breaking down in the middle of the road, especially in the winter, and needing a tow company, right? And that could be a great one. So appliance repair, okay, probably a high volume ticket too. Every house in any city is going to have an appliance, from dishwasher to washer, dryer, anything. And they're going to need appliance repair or installation. So you could put these up, right? So the whole idea is you identify those, okay? You want to make sure there's no exact match domain GMB existing already in the 3-pack. So in this example, let's say we go with towing Buffalo Grove, Illinois. We know it's got 10 searches a month. I don't see towing and Buffalo Grove in any of the top 3, or in fact any of the top 5 or whatever, right? There's M&N Towing, Click Towing, Ernie's Wrecker Service, Mike Road Services 24-hour. So the idea is, if you come in and put up a Google My Business that says a GMB listing that says towing Buffalo Grove just by itself, you probably rank here. But we also find that instead of putting an exact match domain by itself, if you also put an extra keyword, so your better example would be put up something like towing Buffalo Grove company, right? Or towing Buffalo Grove experts. One extra word along with an exact match domain. Somehow Google is favoring that, is what I feel, compared to just an exact match domain. And if you think about it, it makes sense. Everybody knows that EMDs rank, and people are going out there and just putting an exact match domain with just the service and the city. And Google probably knows that too. And they can easily just do an algorithm filter to find all the EMDs and make the algorithm a little bit harder, right? But if you put this name with an extra word, maybe that slips through. Now, I don't know, but from our testing, we find if you put an extra keyword here, or if you say Buffalo Grove Towing, company, something like that, that the chances of that ranking is a little bit slightly higher, is what we feel in testing. So, just an extra tip. Again, if you look at this, the number of GMBs is less than is less than a page. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or 8 GMB. So the chances are pretty high. Okay. If the city is small and there are 2 or more pages of GMB listings, this will not work. So I had a student reach out to me. I hope it's okay if I, reveal where he was trying to rank. He was trying to rank for dentist Belmont MA, and he was having a hard time ranking for the exact keyword because we were testing this out. And we found that, look at that, Belmont itself, the population is like 26,000 people population. But there are 260 searches for the keyword dentist, that's a bit too much. I think that's beefed up. But more than that, it had the keyword Belmont Dental, in the top first one. Belmont Dental, the second one. And if you keep going, it's got the service of the city, almost like an exact match domain in quite a few. Belmont Dentistry, Belmont Dental, Belmont Dental. Pretty much half the GMB's business names have Belmont and Dental, and for a city of 26,000 people, it had 3 pages of dentists, which I don't know, I just find that odd. I mean, what are the chances you have 60 dentists in a 26,000 population, right? So if your city is small in population, but there are a lot of GMB listings, a lot of EMDs, don't even go there. Okay. We covered this, put up an EMD with an extra word, put 2 or more if you want to. That's what we did with water damage. Just helps out. The other thing I want to show you is in my city of Southfield. I recently moved from here, but I did a lot of ranking and testing and learning in Southfield. When I say dentist Southfield, there is no EMDs here. There is no Southfield dentist anywhere, right? There's Mark Langborg, Mission Point, Kimberly. But if I put up an exact match domain, and I did put up an exact match domain a couple of years ago when I had a pretty hard time ranking, is because if you see this is a population of 90,000 people in Southfield. Look at this, 300 searches a month. I doubt that. There are not too many people searching. But again, the second thing is it got more than 10 pages of dentist listings. Southfield is less than 100,000 and it's got 150, 200 dentists. That's hard to believe. Maybe it's true. Maybe the number is right, but our EMD technique is not going to work. Is what I'm trying to say. Okay. Again, identify clusters. So the whole idea is if you find just like we showed in the example, you want to find cities next to each other, suburbs with small, small population, and put up these GMBs. So you're able to, even if you get 1 call a week from 6 cities, all small, right? That's 6 calls a week. That's a substantial number. Okay. What else do we cover here? Of course, put a extra word. We covered that. So something like this, if you want to look for water damage, restoration Livonia, we say water damage restoration Livonia LLC, right? And we put another one, water damage restoration Livonia company. So the chances of ranking are a bit higher. But when you come to putting up your Google business free site, you want to make sure that your main keyword, in your case, your service and city, it's in the title, it's in the heading, it's in the URL, all of those, okay? And I'll show you what I mean by that. So in this example, this is the title, and it automatically brings up your keyword right there. So if your Google My Business listing has this as a name, it brings that up over here, okay? It creates your website with that name, Royal Oak Pest Control, okay? It puts up Royal Oak Pest Control, your keyword, over here, H1 here. So URL, H1 header, title tag, all of those are optimized for your main keyword, and Google gets the relevancy from your website's on-page optimization. And one of the biggest factors for on-page optimization is URL title tag, and there you have it, right? And then the other extra benefit is for a free Google site, Google automatically grabs your name, address, phone number over here. See that? Name, address, phone number, which is the name, address, and phone number, and it also puts up a map embed over here for free. It grabs your hours for free, your phone number for free. So you don't have to do much anything. You just click on the create button for create a free website. It does all of this for you. Okay. Now that is a cool thing because if Google comes out with something, obviously Google loves its features, especially the new features. So you should be using the free Google site. You should be using Google Posts. You should be using Google Pictures. If you want to go more in deep and spend some more time ranking these, you can take this Google My Business Map embed and embed them in Web 2.0s and PBNs and things like that. You can send links to this site. Google loves its websites. Google loves its properties. So whether it's a G site or Google Post, Google Pictures, you can send links to these URLs and power them up is what I'm saying because they are again linked to your GMB. Okay, so hope this helps, guys. This is just some to-dos. Don't expect every GMB to rank just because the population is less than 50,000 or if the GMB listing is less than it doesn't have an EMD. I mean, you follow these steps, but again, the whole idea is out of every 10 of these that you follow, 3 or 4 may not rank, right? Who knows? But the idea is you do a lot of these and you get those calls going up. Okay. Hope it made some sense, guys. Thank you.